Chair, through you, I would like to ask a few questions. First of all, let me thank the former chair, Ebla Europe, for availing herself today, and the former Secretary Mohammed Abdi for availing himself today. And Chair, also, I would also want to clarify to this committee that the statements both submitted by the Governor and the Chair, Public Service Board, and the Acting Chair, that I did mediate between the Board and the Governor so that we can ensure that there is smooth operation in the county. I did mediate, and as the Chair, Ebla, had mentioned here today, that there were some promises that were put in place from both sides. And it is to my understanding, hearing from the Chair, Ebla, that the promises made by the Governor were not fulfilled, and that's why they were not able to proceed as required. So I'm just putting that on record, that I did take part in mediation between the two bodies. My question to the Chair and the former Chair and the former Secretary on the issue of chief officers not having been employed for a period of 2 years, and within that period it covered a period when they were still serving in the Public Service Board. And I'm hoping that the former Chair and the former Secretary are conversant with the laws and the acts that are in place in guiding the employment of chief officers. Maybe I can just refresh their memory, since now they're out of government. The County Governments Act, Cap 265, Act 45, states that whenever a vacancy arises in the office of a county chief officer, the respective governor shall within 14 days nominate qualified and experienced county chief officers from amongst persons competitively sourced. The issue to underline here is 14 days. And I would also like to refresh their memory on clause 59 of the same act, functions of the County Public Service Board. 59(1)(b), appoint persons to hold or act in offices of the County Public Service, including the boards of cities and urban areas. So, and I think this act applies to both the former members of the Public Service Board and the current. My question is, the former Chair and the former Secretary, you have stated that you did advise the Governor in terms of appointing the chief officers, but the relevant resources were not availed to you, and you were not able to proceed with that process. But within your tenure, there were acting chief officers, and as per the law, acting chief officers must be must go through the County Service Board. So the question is, did the acting chief officers during your period, did you vet them and take them through the process before having them appointed as acting chief officers? Chair.
Thank you, through the Chair. Thank you, Senator Abdul, for that question. We've written an advisory in regarding chief officers. A position to be acted, the person who is to act that position has to be vetted by the Assembly. However, with the Garissa County acting, I actually indicated in my report that we've written an advisory to stop, and that whoever is writing a letter or a request to the board stating acting chief officer is null and void, and we're not going to act on that. So there is no acting in Garissa County. There's no acting chief officer as far as I'm concerned.
So, Chair, are you submitting to this committee that the Governor acted against the law regarding the acting chief officers and the delay in appointing chief officers?
Yes.
against your
acting
advice.
has to come from the board, not from the governor.
Thank you, Chair.
I think can the former chair maybe give us any documentation or anything as an evidence that the governor did not obey the advice of the board? Is there?
Yes, I've supplied that. I've submitted that.
You have submitted?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay.
I also want to add on this that you had a question on the municipality.
Yes.
The municipality CEOs that were hired and the governor was bragging about on stage were on my tenure. And section 59 1B specifically stipulates that acting, appointing, and holding an office, that is the mandate of the board. However, we have not received any request. We have not appointed any acting municipality officer. The other thing is the acting part. Those people who are acting, I was hearing the other time, the county secretary stated when you called him at the Senate that these were people who were reshuffled from their positions. There was no reshuffle done. Those people were not employees of the county, Garissa County Public Service. These people were people from the previous regime. The governor, some of them were from the previous regime, 2017, and some were from this regime, 2013. So they were not current employees of Garissa County.
Okay, I thank you so much, former chair. I think members, unless somebody has a question, I think we will close the session outside the room.
I think
I have a personal request to make.
Yes, please do.
Through the chair.
Yes.
I'm still a victim of the regime because the hostility, the governor is still hostile at me because I have not yet received, I've completed my tenure safely, but I've not received my gratuity yet, which I'm entitled to. Yes. So I'm requesting the Senate kindly to compel the finance and the governor to give me my dues, if that is something that you can help me with.
Okay, first, Chair, former Chair, we have heard you, and we'll do the needful, God willing.
Thank you.
We will communicate. Okay, well, now we can go ahead with the